Hello and welcome to another Pulse tutorial. So today we're going to cover how to create drip campaigns and how to go about assigning leads to those campaigns. So there's just a couple prerequisites that we got to get out of the way first. So first we're going to navigate to Setup. Make sure we're clicking that cogwheel in the top right of the screen, hitting Setup there. And then the Object Manager. And we are going to find our campaign object. All right, click into that. And then in this page layout section right here, we're going to click Page Layout Assignment on the right side of our screen. And if these don't all say Pulse Campaign Layout, that's what we want them to say. So we're going to hit Edit Assignment. And you can select in this gray area up top the next to Page Layout. So we're going to select Pulse Campaign Layout, and that should change them all to the Pulse Campaign Layout. We're going to hit Save. Now from here, we can go back to our initial tab here, and in the app launcher on the top left of our screen, we are going to type Campaigns. And that'll open up our campaign object in the front end here. And we're going to hit New at the top right of our screen there. And we are going to name this campaign. So for this case, we'll just say referral lead campaign. And we'll hit save. So pretty much all you have to do there is name the campaign. And I'll kind of go into why in a second here. So anytime you create a campaign, if we click the details tab on the campaign record that gets opened up here, it's going to auto create a campaign configuration for you. And in this campaign configuration record is actually where you're going to go in and configure the campaign, set up your steps, and set up everything in the campaign in the order that everything will go out. So we'll navigate to our details tab right here, click that campaign configuration that gets created. And on here, we're going to click the related tab. And this is where we'll start creating our campaign steps. So in the campaign steps, we'll hit new. And we're going to name our first campaign step. So it could be welcome email day one. So we're just creating a quick campaign step to send to any new leads that we get that are referred to us by our partners. And for step number, just go in and put step one right here. And then for type, this is going to be an email step. You'll see a couple other options here. We'll also cover creating a task as part of these campaigns as well. So we'll just select email for our campaign step type there. And then for days after last send, in this case, we want this email to go out immediately after we enroll them in the campaign. So we're going to type 0 here. We'll kind of go into this a little further when we create some more steps. But essentially what you're doing in this days after last send field right here is you're configuring how many days after the last campaign step that you configured as part of the campaign configuration you want the next email to go out or the next task to be assigned. So if we were creating step 2 of this drip campaign, for example, and we wanted step 2 to go out 3 days after step 1, we'd be typing a 3 in here instead, just as an example. Now the next thing we're going to fill in is the email template ID. So you should already have some email content be created for you here. So we're going to navigate to our email templates, again in the app launcher on the top left of the screen. And then from here you can see I have some email templates created. So let's click this new referral welcome email template right here. And then I'm grabbing the ID from the URL. So that's located between these two forward slashes before the view in the URL. So if we double click that, it should highlight that for us. And then we can go ahead and copy that. And then we're navigating back to the campaign step that we were creating. And we're taking that email template ID and pasting it here. So that is the email template that is going to go out, or the email that's going to go out as part of this step. So we're just inputting that email template ID here. And the next thing we're really doing We're leaving this execution type as default because we want this again to go out immediately as we enroll people in this campaign or enroll individuals in this campaign. There's a couple other different things you can do here. So you can have it be a scheduled drip as well. So if you wanted it to go out at a certain time, we could change that execution type to scheduled. And if we want it to go out at noon, um, the day that they get enrolled in this campaign, or the next time that noon passes, we can set that as well for the preferred send time. And now this will be a scheduled drip that'll go out at a certain time rather than just going out right when they're enrolled if we left that execution type to default. So in this case, we'll leave it to default. And then if we create any other steps as part of this campaign, say 5 or 7 days later, um, they will go out 7 days after the last one was sent, typically at the same time. So we're saving this first step here. So that first step in our campaign has been created. You can see all the fields that we filled out and the configuration that it's tied to here. And now if we navigate back to our campaign configuration, you can see that first step has been created here. Now we can create a second step as part of this campaign. So again, we're just hitting new back on the campaign configuration. And just to clarify, if you ever get lost in all these tabs here, you can always find your campaign configuration in the app launcher by typing in campaign configurations here and then clicking the one that we just created here. You can change the list view as well to view all of them. But here's our referral lead campaign configuration that we recently created and recently viewed. So you can always find that in the campaign configurations object by searching it in the app launcher here. So again, we're going to create a new campaign step for our second step here. So this one, we'll say task for hello to thank the referral partner. And we'll call this one step 2. And in this case, we'll make it a task. And let's say we want this to happen 2 days after our initial email gets sent out. So we'll do 2 days after our last send here. And then no email template ID in this case, because again, we're creating a task. And now we can set our task subject and description. So thank this referral partner. Say, please give this referral partner a call, thanking them for sending us this business. And then same thing, we can leave this execution type as default. This task will get assigned exactly 2 days after the last email that was sent out as part of this campaign. And then we can go ahead and hit save. If we know that we're going to be creating multiple campaign steps back to back, you can always hit this save and new, and you won't have to navigate back to the campaign configuration and then find the steps and hit new again. So now I'm going to hit save and new here. So our second step was created. And now we're going to create a third step. So we'll say day 3 referral step, whatever you want to name it. And this is going to be step number 3. And in this, we're going to go back to sending emails. So we're selecting emails as our type here. And for days after last send, now again, we just created that task in the previous step that is going out a couple days after the initial email is sent. And we want this email to go out on the same day as that task is assigned, this email to the lead that is enrolled in this campaign. So we're going based off the last step that was created as part of this campaign here. We want this to go out on the same day at the same time. So we're doing 0 days after the last send or the last campaign step was triggered. And then for our email template ID here, you can navigate back to our email templates. Again, if you're getting lost in these tabs here, you can always search them in the app launcher here and find your email templates. But I've got them opened up right here. And I've got a day 3 email template to send out here. So again, in the URL between these 2 forward slashes before the view, We're going to double click there, copy that, navigate back to our campaign step, paste our email template ID, and leave this as default. Again, same thing, you can schedule these if you'd like to, but we're going to leave that as default in this case. And now we have our third step of our campaign created. Let's go ahead and hit save and new one more time. Now let's create another email to go out on day 5. Just going to get a quick refresher here. All right. So referral lead day 5. And this is going to be our fourth step in our campaign configuration here. And we're sending out an email once again. And for this one, we want this one to go out 2 days after the last one, and that'll be 5 days since the first email as a part of this campaign was created or sent out. So got our email template, making sure that we're copying the correct email template ID from the URL between these two forward slashes here. Pasting that email template ID there, leaving this as default. And then we're going to create one more step as part of this campaign, and then we'll go ahead and show you how to enroll someone into the campaign. So let's say referral lead day 7. This is going to be our 5th step as a part of this campaign here. We are once again sending an email, and we want this one to go out another 2 days after the last email was sent out as part of this drip campaign. And we're going to navigate back to our email templates, find the email template that we've created for this step here. We're going to grab that email template ID, go back to the campaign step that we're creating, paste the ID in here, and save. Now we've got all 5 steps as part of this campaign configuration created. So you can see they're all created right here. Now what we can do is navigate to a lead that we want to enroll in this campaign. We're going to click this drip campaign drop down on the right side of the screen right here. And next to campaign history, we'll see a drop down arrow that says add to campaign. We'll be able to choose from our available campaigns. So I can select my referral lead campaign that I just created here. And I'm going to hit next and then save. So you can see that I've been enrolled in this campaign as part of this lead now. If I navigate back to the lead, I can see that the referral lead campaign is now showing as part of the campaign history. And let me go ahead and refresh this current tab right here. And it should show the scheduled drips. Now, you can see that this one is showing the first step of our campaign, which should be going out immediately as the current status being overdue. It'll take about a minute from when they're enrolled in the campaign for it to send over. So you can go ahead and refresh this periodically, and then this status will change from overdue to sent. When that happens, you'll know that the actual campaign email was sent out. So I'm going to pause this recording, and when that email comes through in a minute, we'll resume from there, and we'll show you what it looks like. All right, as you can see here, our sent drip campaigns, that scheduled drip that we had set up here, moved from overdue to sent. Took about a minute for it to actually go through and happen. And then in my email inbox, which I'll drag over to the screen now, we can see that the email template that we had created for that step was sent over. So again, if we navigate back to our lead record here, we can see when the next few drips that we have set up are scheduled to send out. So we got one in a couple days from now, which would be day 3 of it being a lead in our system. That'd be the task, and then the email that we configured as well, and then the couple more emails that we configured as part of this campaign. And those will all send out according to the specifications and the campaign configuration that you set up. So that's pretty much all there is to it when it comes to creating and enrolling individuals in these drip campaigns. There's a couple other ways you can enroll people as well. So if we are, looking at any sort of lead list view, we can mass enroll people from the list view as well. So we can just select whoever we'd like to enroll, hit this add to campaign button at the top right here, and then add them to the referral lead campaign that we just created in this example here. So yeah, as far as configuring your drip campaigns, just making sure that we create those email templates in the email template builder, and then creating the campaign, which will create the campaign configuration automatically, and then just setting up the steps that we want as part of that drip campaign, and making sure that the corresponding email template is tied to the right step. So that's pretty much all there is to it. Glad I could walk you guys through this, and happy pulsing.